This guy never goes to the market or the supermarket, but his fridge is always full of fresh meat. In the eyes of others, he is a professional tailor. But actually, he is a monster. His hands are stained with human blood. Every time I see beautiful girls, he couldn't help but kill them. Then take them to a small house to remove the body, process that person's flesh into delicious foods, and enjoy it alone. To eat fresh and delicious meat every day, he has used all means to achieve his goal. A small town with more and more people went missing. The story happened one night. Carlos went to the gas station waiting for his prey to appear. A couple of lovers are approaching in the distance. They do not know that they are in danger. A stream of light shines on. The car lost control, rushed to the curb. It looked like it was just a normal traffic accident. But Carlos secretly took the girl in the car. He drove to a very far place. It is a small house surrounded by snowy mountains. It's cold all year round. It is a great place to cook food. Carlos took out a familiar knife. Fluent and flexible movement. Then he cut the meat and divided it into small bags. Take them home and put them in the freezer for storage. Carlos went back to work as usual. This is the daily life of a cannibal maniac. Carlos is the town's most professional tailor. In addition to cannibalism, his biggest hobby is working. Life just like that, smoothly passed. Until a girl broke that calm. Jenny just moved here, right next to Carlos' house. The beautiful young girl aroused Carlos's craving for human flesh. He always watched Jenny through the window. Every time he craved human flesh, he opened the refrigerator to get meat. Quietly sit and enjoy the meal. Now, no matter how much money he gives him, he doesn't change. Looking at the fresh girl hovering in front, he craves again to drool. He swallowed, his mouth could not stand it anymore. That day, Carlos stood downstairs peeking at Jenny. Two people look at each other lovingly. Jenny thought Carlos was liking her, but she didn't know that danger was imminent. That day, Carlos was quietly working. The doorbell suddenly rang. Jenny came to visit Carlos. Jenny told Carlos she was a masseuse. She wants Carlos to help her advertise with the clients. In return, she gives him a free massage. On the surface, though, Carlos refused, but he still helped her with the flyers. One night, downstairs there was a loud quarrel. Carlos also heard furniture collapsing. Jenny rushed to Carlos's house. Hope Carlos can help her as a witness, call the police. Carlos felt bad to know. He decided to decline Jenny's request. Because he don't want to be noticed by the police, but Jenny tried to make a good impression on Carlos. Jenny opened Carlos's refrigerator, and seen inside, containing a lot of meat. But she did not know that the meat was human. Carlos feared everything would be revealed, so he used the excuse to put Jenny in the car to take her to the secret house. Finished murder, Carlos calmly went home. He considered nothing happened. That night, he enjoyed Jenny's meat meal. Even ate all the meat. Finally he calmly went to sleep. Carlos thought everything was over. But he was horrified to find out. The next day Jenny stood in front of the house. Could it be a ghost? In fact, she is Jenny's twin sister, Nina. Knowing that his sister was missing, she went to a neighbor's house to ask for information. Seeing the beautiful Nina, Carlos' craving arose again. He pretends to alert the police to help Nina so she can trust him. After that, he enthusiastically talked, making Nina without any precautions. It turns out Jenny is the backbone of their family. Because she suddenly disappeared, so the family economy has to face difficulties. After listening, Carlos suddenly arose pity for Nina. So the next day, the police station reported. But the police refused to accept it, because the missing time was not enough. Maybe Carlos feels guilty for eating Nina's sister. So he gave her £3,000 to ease her grief. Nina is also a masseuse. To thank Carlos, Nina decided to give him a free massage. But Carlos's craving for human flesh resurfaced again. So he quickly dressed and ran home. The next day, Carlos went to the beach looking for prey. A couple playing by the beach. Carlos lured the other man away and killed him. The girl who saw the murder madman, scared, dare not go ashore. But Carlos patiently did not leave, just stand quietly on the shore waiting for prey. In the end, that girl was swallowed by the waves. Carlos regretfully watched the prey disappear. Jenny's boyfriend discovered Nina's £3,000. Suspecting that Nina killed her sister for money, she reported to the police. To protect Nina, Carlos took her to his house. Temporarily hide there so that the police cannot find it. Two people lived together peacefully over the past few days. Nina prepares a hearty dinner, but Carlos was not interested in them at all. Nina did not know that. Fresh human flesh is the only thing he likes to eat. He has not enjoyed human flesh in a long time, so early the next morning, he decides to take Nina to the small house to carry out the plan. Carlos put the anesthetic into the alcohol, making Nina unconscious. The fresh and delicious meat is right in front of you. He starts to choose the tools but he hesitated. It turns out, Carlos has loved Nina too deeply. The next day, Nina woke up on the sofa. She thought she had fallen in love. The two of them crossed the mountains together. The moment together is so happy and happy. In the end, Carlos told Nina the truth. He is not only from the cannibal tribe, but he even killed her sister, but because he loves Nina too much, so he can't take it. Nina finished listening extremely surprised and scared. She did not expect the man she loved is a pervert, crazy to kill. On the way home, Nina stole Carlos's steering wheel. She drove down a cliff, wanted to die with Carlos. The wheelchair a few times and then plunged down to the foot of the mountain. But Carlos fortunately survived the accident. He hugged Nina, crying loudly. Tears of regret rolled down her face. If it was for the food he killed the girls. Then Nina's true love to help him turn his head. In the end, Carlos locked himself in his room. Heart full of regret, suffering. I have seen many films about cannibals, but their love has never been seen. I believe that Carlos will change himself for love. The whole movie is covered by peaceful atmosphere of a killer maniac. In fact, the film can be classified as a literary art, but it is more of a cannibal story. The content is quite horror. Beautiful but full of guilt. It's not as barbaric as the Spanish horror movies before it. In fact, the human heart is always the most complicated thing. The world is always strange, lust has no limit. But not because of psychological perversion that can harm others. The moment a cannibal eats a meal is the most introspective. 'Cause Carlos became a cannibal. It is because of the lonely, gloomy childhood. JTeam hopes everyone lives well, do a lot of good deeds and actively sympathize. Above all, work hard to interact with JTeam. Today's movie comes here only. Remember to like and share to support JTeam offline.